The garbage gods have blessed me once again. This week on Foink Goes and Collects Garbage Computer Stuff, I went in my school's computer lab again and grabbed more RCA cable and a bunch of other shit I didn't need or have any use for whatsoever. So, in that snatch, I got some RCA cable, a surge protector that already blew its fuse, and a PC that didn't work, supposedly. They gave the PC away for free. They gave all that shit away for free. Even got a free Wi-Fi extender. I was like, damn, son, that's a pretty good deal. I would take that any day of life. You know, free shit. Maybe it's old. Maybe it's not in the best views of life as it used to be. But, you know, it works. Maybe. So I take advantage of that. So I brought this PC home. I'm like, oh, well, let's see what's inside. Because you never want to just start up a PC because I really doubt that this thing would start. I mean, there was beyond dust that I have ever seen. It was the most amount of dust I've ever seen in a singular, like 2 foot by 2 foot area. It was magnificent what I was seeing right there. It looked like there was a Muppet crawling outside of the CPU. I mean, the front grill of the fan looks like Bigfoot shaved in it. I mean, it was not really a nice masterpiece, I have to say. Kind of looks like just a clusterfuck of dust. And, yeah, that didn't look too hot, did it? I wasn't watering in the mouth from looking at that shit, because I had to throw it out and touch it with my hands. Just taking another look at it from the inside, I could already see that there was like 1 gigabyte of RAM in it. So if you don't know what RAM is, it's basically the processing power of the computer. So with that much power, I could probably run the dinosaur game and then maybe Google, and then the computer would crash. So it's basically had some shitty hardware. So I just went back into school the next day, picked up some 4 gigabyte RAM strips, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're ready to game now. We're ready to get our RTX on. Now, I plugged this thing into the wall, and it didn't work. I pressed the power button a couple times, and I turned my TV on, and then I was like, oh wait, that's the outlet that doesn't have power. I should probably move this one to the outlet that does have power in my basement. So I moved to the other outlet, and of course it started up. We got the booting screen going, and oh no. In order to boot Windows, or whatever model of Windows this thing was on, you need to press escape to get to the boot up menu. So that was not really great because the entire back of the computer has no power. So what I mean by that is the USB, the PORS2 cables, none of them work. So I couldn't plug in my keyboard because it never distributed the power and it never even accepted the input. So I was like, well, that's kind of shit. The entire back is fried. Whoever spilt soda or some shit on that must feel real bad for me now. Well, I decided to shut the computer off, but little did I know that I just made a huge mistake there. Shutting the computer off gave the hard drive a small heart attack and killed it completely. I gave it a stroke, man. It's dead. It's sitting on the counter across from me, and it looks like a piece of shit. They should just call me Alan the Annihilator for hard drives, because it's insane how many of those I can kill. I should just become an assassinator for people's data, because I can get rid of it instantaneously. I even set the old hard drive, the one with the virus on it, I just slammed that in a magnet drawer and forgot about it, because it's a piece of shit and it has viruses on it. Trojan virus is crawling in that thing. It's like a anthill in there. So I decided, oh, I forgot about the front USB ports. What a stupid ass I am. So I plugged the computer in, plugged my TV back into the right outlet, and I turned everything on, and I was like, alright, it's showing the Hewlett-Packard screen, it's booting up, and oh shit, repairing disk errors. Now, if you know what computers are, you would know that that's the signal that you have just fucked something up really bad. That's like dropping your computer off of a 6-story building, because that would probably be, you'd be better off dropping it from that building than seeing this screen. Because usually this screen means that your computer's kind of fucked. So I was like, oh, well, that's not good. And I tried to troubleshoot that all damn day. It was pretty bad. I tried booting it up on Wi-Fi, tried booting it up on a disk, even tried booting it up on a laptop boot up disk. That didn't work either. So I thought I was out of options, and I pulled that stupid bitch hard drive out, and I feel really good about it because it was only 160 gigabytes of storage, and Windows 10 is like 15. So I was like, yeah, it's probably not going to store much data anyways. I'm better off without it. So I bought a laptop hard drive a long time ago when I fried my laptop. I was like, you know what, let's get that over here. Oh, it fits. It fits in with the SATA and the power cord. Let's get that thing going. So right now, sitting in front of me, I'm watching this screen boot up from Wi-Fi, hopefully. It's still loading. It loads at the speed of a grandma trying to walk in a parking lot. I mean, this thing is incredibly slow. I would have never thought that a LAN cable could be this entirely bad at speed. Even though that's the reason they're alive here on Earth, is to be fast and speedy. But right now I'm watching this thing and it looks terrible. It's like a dog with no legs trying to walk. Well, that's the story of how I got a shitty PC and how I decided to break it, and now I'm fixing it. So here we are today. It's PC time. Got the loading speed of a race car. Oh!